There's a lot happening around the team right now, and honestly, some of these updates could have a bigger impact than people realize. We're finally getting closer to real football, important decisions are coming into focus, and a few situations that fans have been keeping an eye on are starting to get some answers. If you've been waiting for meaningful Seahawks news, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this one, because there's plenty to break down. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and let me know down in the comments, "Go Hawks." If you're a true Seahawks fan, I want to see that comment section filled with it. One of the biggest developments surrounding the Seattle Seahawks right now is finally official. Training camp dates are set, and Seattle will be getting started earlier than anyone else when it comes to rookie reporting. According to the information discussed in the report, Seahawks rookies are scheduled to report on July 17th, while veterans will report on July 24th. As the dates across the NFL were reviewed, no other team was identified as having rookies reporting before Seattle, putting the Seahawks among the earliest organizations to begin the next phase of preparation for the upcoming season. That timeline immediately becomes even more interesting when combined with another important piece of news. Seattle's joint practice plans are now known. The Seahawks are scheduled to hold a joint practice session against the Tennessee Titans on August 21st. Joint practices have become an increasingly valuable part of NFL preparation, giving teams opportunities to compete against unfamiliar opponents in a controlled environment, while still getting highly competitive repetitions. The report emphasized how important these sessions have become and why they are viewed as such a valuable tool for player development and roster evaluation. For Seattle, that means training camp is no longer some distant event on the calendar. The countdown is officially underway. Every roster battle, every position competition, every storyline that has been building throughout the off-season will soon begin taking shape on the practice field. The fact that Seattle is getting started so early only increases the anticipation surrounding the organization as preparations intensify. At the same time, injury updates involving two notable players generated considerable attention. Josh Jones and Torrey Horton both became major talking points after questions surfaced regarding their health situations during off-season activities. The update regarding Jones may be particularly important because of the role he played when the team needed him most. Last season, Jones was called upon during a crucial stretch and had to start games against the Rams, the 49ers, and the Panthers. Those assignments came during an important period of the season, and according to the discussion in the report, he performed exceptionally well when given the opportunity. During OTAs and minicamp, however, Jones was absent for significant portions of the off-season program. That absence naturally created speculation because there was no clear public explanation regarding why he was unavailable. Questions emerged about whether an injury was involved and, if so, how serious it might be. The uncertainty led many observers to wonder whether there was something larger developing behind the scenes. The situation became clearer following comments Jones made during an interview discussed in the report. Jones revealed that he had been dealing with a knee injury. Just as important as the injury disclosure itself was his confidence regarding the recovery process. He stated that he expected to be a full participant when training camp begins. While he acknowledged that the process would continue to be managed appropriately, the overall tone of his comments suggested optimism rather than concern. From Seattle's perspective, that may be exactly what the organization wanted. There was no indication that rushing Jones back for off-season practices would have provided any meaningful advantage. As an experienced veteran, he already understands the demands of NFL preparation. Allowing him additional time to recover rather than pushing through unnecessary off-season work appears consistent with a long-term approach focused on having players ready when the games begin to matter most. The second injury update involved rookie wide receiver Torrey Horton, and this may be one of the most encouraging developments contained in the report. Horton generated excitement earlier before injury concerns interrupted his momentum. Initially, there were discussions involving both groin and shin issues. As the situation evolved, attention became centered on the shin injury, creating uncertainty regarding his timetable and overall readiness. Because Horton also dealt with injuries during his college career, there was understandable curiosity surrounding how quickly he would return to full activity. At various points, there appeared to be optimism that he might return during mandatory minicamp, only for plans to change and for him to remain sidelined. That sequence naturally led to additional questions from those monitoring his progress. The encouraging news came through observations shared after Horton participated in a youth camp. According to the report, he was seen running around, racing participants in 40-yard dashes, and moving exceptionally well. The description painted the picture of a player who looked healthy, energetic, and active. While that does not automatically guarantee anything once training camp arrives, it certainly represents a positive sign for a rookie attempting to regain momentum after dealing with injury concerns. What stands out most is the patience being emphasized throughout the process. Rather than forcing Horton back onto the field prematurely during June workouts, the focus appears to be on ensuring he reaches full health before the games that truly matter arrive. The report repeatedly stressed that success in the NFL is determined during the regular season, not during off-season practices. If Horton can enter the season fully healthy, the extra caution now may prove worthwhile later. Beyond training camp and injury news, another major discussion centered around Devon Witherspoon and his contract situation. As negotiations around elite young defensive backs continue to attract attention, there is growing interest in whether Seattle can finalize an extension before other comparable deals reshape the market. According to comments highlighted from NFL insider Albert Breer, there are reasons to believe Seattle could have motivation to move aggressively. The report noted that the Seahawks have already shown willingness to be proactive with members of Witherspoon's draft class, while also mentioning circumstances surrounding the organization that could increase urgency regarding future contract decisions. The broader concern is simple. Market-setting contracts rarely stay market-setting for long. Once one major deal is completed, another often follows at an even higher figure. That possibility has fueled speculation that timing could become extremely important. If Seattle reaches an agreement first, it could provide clarity and potentially avoid additional market escalation that might occur later. What nobody seems to dispute is Witherspoon's value. The report emphasized his athletic ability, his impact in coverage, and his ability to contribute against the run. Those qualities have made him one of the most important young players discussed in connection with Seattle's long-term future. The only remaining question is whether negotiations reach the finish line before training camp officially opens. With training camp dates now confirmed, a joint practice scheduled, encouraging injury updates emerging for Josh Jones and Torrey Horton, and growing attention surrounding Devon Witherspoon's contract situation, the Seahawks are entering a period where major developments could arrive quickly. The offseason is moving toward its next critical stage, and several of the team's biggest storylines are beginning to converge at exactly the same moment. And now, I want to hear from you. With training camp right around the corner, the injury updates starting to become clearer, and the Devon Witherspoon contract situation continuing to generate attention, what stands out to you the most from everything we discussed today? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I read them all, and I want to know where Seahawks fans stand on these developments. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking Seahawks news, and leave a like on the video to help more fans find this content. And when you're done, click the video that's on your screen right now for more Seahawks coverage. The latest updates, biggest stories, and everything happening around the team, you'll find it here first. Thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next one. Go Hawks!